Hello, my name is Martyr, and this is Let's Play Doom and Destiny Advanced, and thank you for watching. Doom and Destiny Advanced is an amazingly well-crafted RPG, guys, and a little while back we had the pleasure of playing the first Doom and Destiny game, and it was a unique RPG with some crazy heroes, some crazy events. The game never took itself too seriously, but it was kind of mostly about being funny and having fun, guys. Now we get to play the sequel, guys, and I am happy to say that the stakes have been raised, and the humor and the adventure and the fun just feeling to the entire game is still there. It's still intact, guys. And they've significantly changed this game from the last game as well, guys. There's a whole new adventure, whole new different kinds of leveling mechanics and class systems. There's going to be an online component, all that good kind of stuff, guys. We're going to try to cover it all here in the video. Doom and Destiny Advanced released on Steam Early Access June 2015, which of course means that the game is still in active development, guys, and everything you see is subject to change and not a final representation of the game. So relax and expect flying spaghetti monsters of bugs. Doom and Destiny Advanced was developed and published by Heartbit Interactive. You can go ahead and get Doom and Destiny Advanced, and I highly recommend you get it on Steam for $9.99, guys. Now, this is a little different from the first game as how it launches and starts, and as far as options and all that good kind of stuff goes, guys. There's going to be a big red button there on the top left that says skip to the action. That's going to skip you over the menu and me explaining how things kind of work and how this game starts up. But otherwise, if you want to just, skip that, go ahead and click that, guys. But otherwise, the game has a weird launch feature. It kind of launches, you download it through Steam, and then it starts downloading. It's almost like kind of like an MMO. It has like this update screen, and then it just kind of shoves you into the game. There's no start button, there's no options button when you first start the game. You're just kind of thrown into the game. That can be a little disconcerting because I didn't know what I'd done wrong, if I had done something wrong or not. But I think that's mostly just due to the early access phase of the game. I think that's something that's going to change in the future. I could be wrong, though, about that. But it's just kind of just launches you into it and kind of throws you into the game. But there is options here, which we're going to check out here. And we're going to be in the options menu for quite a while, because there's a lot of things to cover, there's a lot of things to talk about that are going to involve some of the newer systems and some of the cooler stuff that they've added here, guys. So as you can see, there's sound sliders, music sliders, there's font colors. You can change the font color of the text here if you like. Whatever have you. You can change the border color. You're like, I want it to be beige or blue, or I don't know. Anyways, you get the basic idea. You can change the color of things whatever way you like, and I think that's a really neat little additive there for you to enjoy. Window bottom color, very Final Fantasy, to be honest with you. Battle pointer, red claw, feather. Let's go with the pizza. I like the pizza. Performance, slow memory off. Buffered scaling, menu background on, lighting on, tile buffering on. Advanced notifications are on, silent mode is off. Languages, which I guess there's only 2 of right now. So that covers languages for you. Oh, look at that. My menu looks different now. I like that. It looks really badass, actually. So that gives you kind of a quick basic idea of the game. There really isn't anything like resolution control. I mean, there's obviously a little bit of the little bit of graphics control here, but it's an RPG game, so there's a lot of pixel graphics. It's not necessarily a game that's going to be too laden with graphical choices and decisions, but even still having some of those is nice, which it does offer some for you to kind of mess around with and change things up around with as well. But there only is a couple of different kind of resolution controls here. The game does work in 1080p resolution, which is what I have it on right now, and it for the most part looks pretty damn good most of the time. Currently the game features no Steam achievements or cards. I think that's probably going to change nearing final release, which I think from what I read is going to be near the final, the end of the year is when I heard it was going to be finally releasing. And that for the most part kind of covers all the options. There is some controller support here. If you want to play the game with your keyboard and mouse, it's just fine. If you want to play it with your controller, it's all the same to me. I didn't really check if my controller works, so let me just check it really quick. No, my Logitech controller is not detected right now, but I haven't really messed with that all too much because it's not really that complicated of a game. It really all depends on how you prefer playing a game. But there's a lot of things that are different right here from this game from the last game. The last game was all about stats and items and all that good kind of stuff. This game basically has a whole new resource management system for you to see, for you to manage and deal with right here, which is kind of a big deal. Why I want to talk about it first is because this actually lets you kind of alter certain abilities, use certain abilities. So like we have food. Now, if you remember back in the first game, you used to collect a lot of items that we would kind of, plague your inventory that were like potions, essentially. You're like a hot dog, though. They were like a hamburger. They've changed all that now to where you just have this food stat, and you can actually use this food ability to heal yourself in combat. And that all gets drained from this one particular resource, which is food. You can also find it, of course, throughout the entire game, collect it and add to it, and basically buy some of it if you want to. And it basically is like almost like a mana bar, but everybody in the party is using it. The same thing goes for regions. So, like, if your character, let's take Nigel here. Nigel will eventually get a thing called mana potion. He'll use resources to create mana potions. Actually, I think I can show you his powers, right? Under Wizard, here we go. So his Alchemical Fire, that's perfect. Alchemical Fire costs 35 alchemy points. It deals 14 points of fire damage, and it causes a burning effect. A bomb of science, chemistry, and flames, but mostly flames. So basically, he'll use the alchemy, resource to basically cast this particular spell. Some spells have magic points still. Some spells basically cost the food thing. Some spells cost tool parts. They all have different resources, but they allow you to kind of share the pool and, kind of share abilities at the same time. It's kind of a really neat way of doing things, and it's definitely a unique way of doing things in this RPG. And I have to say, I really like what they've done with the game as far as that goes. Beyond that, there's also healing abilities, there's powers, there's social commands. I'm not really sure what this is. I think this is for the online aspect of the game. They're going to be having some sort of matchmaking going on. I'm not sure if that's kind of working yet or not. I know you can play with your friends. What they put on thing is it's online cross-platform PvP/co-op, where you'll create custom troops and traps and ambush your friends and have some sort of mercenaries things. I'm not really sure what all that means, but that kind of covers the menu system. Now, as far as classes and all that stuff go, there's a lot of classes in this game. Each of your heroes can now be 4 different classes. So Mike can be a cleric, Nigel, of course, is a wizard, Johnny's a barbarian, but you can see there's different kinds of classes. Like Francis, for instance, it can be a chef or a rogue. Yes, you're reading correctly. Chef or a rogue. These guys are after my heart. And basically, you can level up these classes as well. They have their own stats, basically, and they all have their own different abilities that come with them. So each of them has, obviously, looks like about 7 abilities as you level them up. How you level them up? Well, you get these things called nuggets. Nuggets basically are things that you collect throughout the game, basically allow you to level up those particular kinds of classes. Some of them have different requirements though, like for instance the thief here requires 5 nuggets to level up. So we're actually going to go ahead and do that, and now he's unlocked Entangling Bag plus 1 active battle slot. What does that mean? Well, if we go back to our menu system here, we go back down to the rogue, you can see now he has Entangling Bag, which is a new attack. It looks like it causes some sort of a negative buff. It uses your stuff to slow, entangle, and make your enemies flammable. So there you go. It kind of enhances their damage towards towards fire, I should say, and it only costs about 20 resource points of the parts category. You can also use goals, which is your money. I also think there's another 4th one, which I haven't gotten access to, which is called void points. I haven't had access to those. So how do you unlock more classes? You basically have to find urns, and basically that kind of unlocks as you move through the story. The crystal itself is also kind of like a save point. Anytime you die, you'll respawn back at the save point. And I also think it's kind of like a cloud save as well. At least that's what I think I read. Also, on top of all that, if you haven't gotten sick of going through menus yet, there is a cosplay system. Eventually able to unlock different kinds of costumes for each of the characters. This may increase, this may expand as we get deeper and deeper into the game. So without further ado, let's go ahead and explore the game here. This is obviously just a basic inn. I recently just got done saving this town. There's a whole new adventure basically that kind of, I'm getting the impression, is kind of like a cross-dimensional storyline where you're running into multiple forms of Nigel and Johnny and Francis and Mike. You're running into multiple versions of them, and we've ran into an evil version of them thus far who completely kicked our ass, might I add. Of course, there is still a lot of stereotypical RPG things. There's a world map here. It says, do you want to ride a boat? But I don't know, I don't trust you, and you look quite dorkish. Come back when you'll be able to prove to me you can handle a boat. So obviously we got to do something to prove that we can handle a boat. I'm not sure what that means. We can also hit the enter button, and there's a currently work in progress little world map here to show you where you can go to. And combat also is a little bit different as well. Let's see if we can get some combat here. I just want you guys to know that RPGs are very difficult games to kind of squeezed into a 20-minute video. There's a lot of things to talk about when it comes to RPGs. There's a lot of friggin' chickens here. We're definitely going to want to use some sort of a group attack on these guys. So we're going to actually go ahead and use Alchemical Fire, which is going to cost me 35 resource points here. And it's going to throw a bomb at the ball. There's a little pizza targeter. It's kind of delicious. It's delightful. We killed most of those chickens. So we can just go ahead and probably just attack these guys and they'll be dead. You can also see there's, like the first one, there's like a little bar on the top there that shows you whose, turn order it's going to be. So after Mike gets his attack, it's going to be that dwarf's attack or whatever have you if it's still alive. And then it'll go on and on and on until whoever gets the next attack. Combat does work a little bit differently now. There's not necessarily as many commands as there once was. There's basically the commands that you activate through your class or through that new resource system. So like Resurrection, Food, Sacred Flame, Heal. Those are the abilities that you can equip to each one of the characters. And each character can have different kinds of abilities. Not all of them have the exact same kind of abilities. Like I have Resurrection on Mike here, but not on Nigel or Johnny, for instance. So let's go ahead and kill this guy. The combat is fairly simplistic, just like old turn-based games. Of course, they brought back that side quest system, that trophy system, where you have to kill a certain amount of people, and all that good kind of stuff, guys, that basically rewards you with different kinds of benefits. Like, probably I'm going to guess it's going to reward you with crystals in this particular case. Alright, so let's go ahead and attack this dude. There's not too many of them, so I don't really think we have to worry too terribly much. Oh, that guy's going to live. Gosh dang it. That's okay. Poison! Poisonous! Poisonous poison! What am I doing right now? I'm going to attack him. Yeah, that should be fine, because he'll be dead after this. You can also see right by our magic points, our status effects. What is affecting us, what is our buffs, what are our negatives. And you can also see the buffs as well on the bar above that where it says, like you see it says 14 points of damage. It has like a holy effect. It removes, or it doesn't remove or cause anything. This heals 40 points. And this causes like a, I guess like a holy blessing? I'm not really sure what that does there, what that means. It's probably somewhere, if I had to guess, inside the menu system. If I wanted to, I could look that up and see what the different effects were. Because they do a pretty good job of showing you everything, kind of, for the most part, and doing a really good job of tutorializing everything. Oh, these are the different kinds of side quests here, as you can see right here. Pretty friggin' sweet. I don't know if it tells you what rewards there are, but you have the option to have those there. Let's go ahead and go back to the handbook. Powers, enemies, status effects. There we go. Alright, so this basically explains the different status effects. Okay, so that's like a holy weakness. And then, of course, void, which it hasn't even unlocked yet. But this shows you what kind of different kind of effects there are in the game. Like I said, the game does a really good job of explaining everything, and it does it really in great detail, and includes it in the adventure. As much as you're, running around goofing off and having fun in the storyline, it includes everything in the storyline. It includes everything in the story, the tutorial aspect of things. North Castle, South Rivertown, Via River, Southwest Rivertown. We're gonna go to the castle here. Now, of course, let's talk about some obvious things. The graphics, they're RPG-ish. They're cute. They're adorable. Pixel graphics are, of course, something you can either love or something you're going to not be a huge fan of. I should also mention there's a big F1 button up here. And this just shows you what you do, what buttons do what. If you have your controller support set in, if you have your keyboard support set in, whatever have you, this is how you change it. There is no rebindable keys in this game. Maybe that's something that might come in the future. That'd be kind of cool. It'd be nice, but it's not necessarily anything that breaks the game. The game is fairly simplistic play. You know what, Mike? I really appreciate your supporting role. Thank you. Unlike that lousy cook. Go to hell, you know nothing. Think about it, you could have been a loser like Francis. Like a pirate. Ha ha ha. Yeah, that would be fun. Oh, that's a huge joke, I think, towards the first one, because he was a pirate in the first one. So yeah, I mean, the humor's still there in this game. There's obviously a lot of shopping to be done, items to be gotten here. Oh, I should also mention that each of the classes also has like a different unique ability. A realistic fake wardrobe, let's see. So each of the classes has a different ability that allows them to access different areas of the game. So like, give me an example. Nigel's the only person who can use these magical circles right here. What's his name? Our barbarian dude. Johnny is the only one that can burp in a gentleman's face to get him out of the way, which will allow us to enter an area. We just found an empty urn, which is really freaking awesome, actually, because it allows us to possibly gain access to another class. I don't know how, though. We have to find the spirit that we can trap inside there. I bet there's some secrets in this bazaar, but I don't understand a damn about magic. Okay. I heard that this bazaar sells a magic urns who once belonged to a sorcerer, but I couldn't find it. Well, we already did that. We talked to the guy beyond the table. Let's talk to this guy. Guys, can I serve you some chemical reagents? They're essential for mana potions and alchemic fires. So again, this is where you buy some of those things if you need to. I could buy like, I love science, 91 alchemical things for 182 golds. Sure, what the hell? And that'll fill that up. We'll talk to this guy and see what he sells. Hello, beautiful people. Would you like some magical inventory? Boiling rod, defensive bracers. I guess these are kind of like items that you can equip. Where are the items that you can equip? Let me see. I didn't realize that my characters could equip items. Let's see here. Maybe because you can't change the items you're wearing? I wonder how you change the items you have on you currently. Huh. Let's go ahead and buy one. I'm kind of curious. Let's go ahead and buy a boiling rod equipped for sorcerer. Oh, so this is for the sorcerer class. Gotcha. Or this is just naturally improves it. So basically, if you just buy a new item, this is naturally going to just improve it. So buy it for 90 golds. It's going to change out the wizard's pointed hat. That's going to go ahead and he's going to equip it automatically. So they'll always equip whatever the best item is for his class. They'll always equip whatever is the best item for them in general. There's a bunny girl. Hello. Oh my. You can bet it. So happy to hear it. If you'd like to support the game development, please leave a positive review. Visit our Facebook page. Ah ha ha. This is totally such a loser. I was starting to like you. That's not pandering in the least. She's the only one with a full character model. Developers. You know sex sells, don't you? Okay, let's talk to this guy. Before he was arrested, I was wandering with the wizard. His fire attacks were amazing with my obstacle bag, capable of getting the enemy to be vulnerable to fire. Okay, that's just general tips and such and such. Let's go into this church here. A vicious chicken, I'd rather touch it. It may infect me. A mad spring bear, steer clear of it, may cause sterility. Alright, so these are all things that you have to have as different classes to get access to. So as you can see, this will make this chicken explode. There's a mana void here, and there's this boulder here. Each of the classes can move those particular objects. And there's a crystal here which allows you to change classes, by the way. If we wanted to, we could suddenly become the chef. And now Francis is a chef. He's equipped a toque, an apron, and a ladle. You get the basic idea. We can, of course, switch that back. I'm not sure how useful the chef class really is in this game. Let's go around those. Keep talking to people. Why the heck should I came here? Why the heck should I came here in a church to buy new profane changes? Obviously, there's a little bit of grammar issues to be dealt with still. I have a feeling these are just for the Blackguard, which is another class here in the game. And everything, of course, is a little color-coded if you haven't gotten the hint. Let's see. Let's go back here. Can we go back here? Oh my, flying spaghetti monster. Turn this vile money into miraculous cures. Alright, this is a healing statue. Basically allows you to just heal up if you're not anywhere near an inn. Let's just keep exploring around here. Let's go to the castle, obviously. That's where the storyline's going to continue. I would probably meet another King MacGuffin if I had to guess. Wow, guys, we're in a real castle. Hey, the ones in our world are real too. Come on, let's take a castle and become uncontested lords of this universe. Whose place should this be? Greetings, brave soldier. Whose mighty medieval mansion is this? This is Castle of Castletown, House of Queen MacGuffin, the available. The available. MacGuffin like the skeleton in the crypt. This could be the castle one of the undead heirs. Perfect. We can blackmail them. Let's stick to information requests and let's be discreet. You'll say that and they'll give us some info? Please, don't tell me they'll send us along doing some stupid side quest. The queen is named the available. I hope she really is. Fortune favors the bold, and we're the boldest. Alright, so let's go talk to the queen right away. Let's not waste any time. Of course, there's going to be a lot of bang for your buck with this game, guys. There's a lot of replay value. The game is rather long, for sure. Because it's an RPG. Hello, queen. Welcome, I am Queen MacGuffin, the available. How can I help you? I got ways you can help me, baby. Let me do the talking, boys. I'm the most charismatic. Most what? Hello, your queenity. I am Nigel, and these are my valiant companions of adventure. We are heroes. Did you see the costumes? You certainly dress in extravagant manner. Which deeds have you done to call yourself heroes? As you of course know, Hamlet Town has been recently attacked by a greedy group of undead, but we heroically solved the situation. We kicked the Skeleton King's ass, which as it turned out seems to be your ancestor. But that's the crown of King MacGuffin the 11th, the Greedy. The one and only, therefore you give us the information or we blackmail you. You what? Didn't we already get to the blackmail part? What my rambling companion wants to say is that we happen to be in the uneasy situation. A wicked man sucked our vital strength, and now we are hosts of heroic spirits. Except Francis, that is a lousy cook. If that wasn't enough, our way back home is blocked by an interplanar mess, and we are stuck in your kingdom. We want to clarify the situation, find out how we can fix that mess, recover our original bodies, and get back home, and we hope that our heroic deeds granted us your help. ... What the hell? What? My young heroes, you've been the victims of strange magic tragedies, but you look like valiant heroes and I'll gladly ease your woes. Bouncy, bouncy, bouncy. Really? Unfortunately, I don't know the remedy to your tragedy. Neither I know magic that can make you find your way home. Go figure. But I can't give you a wondrous object. So cool, a magic object? An ancient artifact? That is the MacGuffin Pass, which will allow you to cross my land and go east to the Mage Tower of Rivertown. A piece of paper then. This is luck. You'll meet my daughter Violetta. There she is a magic student. She will surely know how to answer to you. Her knowledge can maybe give you the solution to your unfortunate situation. Oh, bummer. Can't we call her, text her? Thank you, by the way. We will surely find the road to Rivertown. Thank you so much for the MacGuffin Pass. Go, young heroes, and may destiny favor you. Obviously, some jokes have been a little repeated here and there. It's not necessarily anything I mind. So the blackmail ends here with the MacGuffin Pass and a jury to do? Alright, so we have the MacGuffin Pass. So yeah, I mean, it's just, there's still that humor there. There's still that I think, that joyous, fun spirit to the game, which is what I loved about the first Doom and Destiny game. There's a couple things that I kind of have issue with. The music, for one thing, is something that I kind of find a little bit repetitive. Matter of fact, if you listen to the music long enough, it actually is an audible repeat. Sometimes, which kind of is a little funny to me. You can actually hear the music repeating at certain times. It's definitely just an area that I think it definitely needs improvement on. The music is not my favorite part of the game. My grandfather was a seventh old knight. Okay, let's talk. This is one of those gentlemen I was talking about that needs to get burped in the face. Oh goodness, such rude manners. Let's go back upstairs now. There should be something up here. Alright, sure there's just. You have found a large shield of the knight. So there's obviously a lot of looting to be done, a lot of items to be checked and collected. Some of these cabinets can be opened up if I could get past the door here. Let's talk to this kid. The uncle, very good person for a goodness sack, but with his fancy manners, he really busted our... Okay. Did you know that beer contains lots of B group vitamins? What the hell? Alright, thanks for sharing that, buddy. Lots of exploration to do. Lots of items. It's a fun game, guys. If you're a fan of RPGs, if you're looking for one that's a little bit lighthearted, a little bit, doesn't take itself too seriously, this is definitely a good choice. Howdy, beautiful people. Would you like some vigorous inventory? I'm going to guess this is for... the ranger. That's for the barbarian and the rogue. Okay, cool. Let's go over here. Talk to this suit. Heroes, do you maybe need some rubbish? It's essential to making smoke sticks, caltrops, and such silly stuff. Hey, monkey business. You're stuffed of stuff and rubbish. You've got it all. What the hell is that guy smoking? Alright, so we obviously need to get access to more classes. I'm not really sure we're going to do that, but... this is also not the final release version of the game. I'm not sure if all the classes are in yet. Obviously, there's probably going to be more added to this game, more adventures, more things like that. Another online aspect to it, which I have not even been able to touch. I don't even know where that is currently. I'm not sure if it hasn't really been tutorialized to me, so it could be just something I'm missing for that matter. Let's kill these guys. Let's go with, how much health do they have? Oh, not that big a deal. Let's kill a country pirate. That guy scares me. I feel like he's going to try to rob me, this country pirate. Let's go ahead and cast Magic Missile. Magic Missile. That guy's dead. Perfect. Yeah, go ahead. Nice shot. And the last attack should go on this guy because he's going to get his attack. This guy's pretty much by himself now. Of course, he's going to hit Nigel and the healer. Why wouldn't he? that would be inconvenient. There you go. Should be dead. There we go. Little victory screen. There is a leveling up screen, and it's more or less like the last game for sure. You basically can pick a stat to level up. There's several stats for you to choose from as far as what stats to level up. Might, luck, charisma, skill, healing, or I should say healing, constitution, reflex, and agility. And you can basically level them up one at a time. But the stats themselves do naturally just kind of go up on their own. You just can kind of specifically choose which stats to level up first. So if you want to focus on one area with one character, you can do that. If you want to spread out the points, you can do that as well. But they will naturally kind of progress as you move forward through the game as well. I doubt we're going to have enough time to show that particular aspect of things. But you never know. Who knows? Let's keep showing some battles here. As you can see, there's obviously just a very large area to the game here. Lots to do, lots to see. Not really sure what's in here, but I'm going to grab this treasure chest. You found 10 units of earth nuggets. Nice. I'm going to take that and get the hell out of here. There's just lots of exploration to do, lots of things to see, guys, in this game for sure. Lightning magic. Holy crap. As far as its difficulty goes, by the way, it's not necessarily the world's most difficult game. It's probably, I would say it falls, you know, about the same difficulty as the first game. It's not super difficult, but at the same time, it's not super easy at the same time. If you die, you get, you know, pretty much instantly restored. I could kill that guy, but I'm not going to do that because I'm going to use a group attack here. I'm going to do... Yeah, we're not going to heal anybody. We're just going to attack this guy. And get him ready to be taken down by Nigel. Nigel, do your stuff. Alchemical fire. Go! Nicely done. You pissed him off. He's killing you. You might be dead. Okay, let's... who's this? This is my thief. Go ahead, kill him. Johnny, finish that guy. Or not. You know, that works too. We lived! Money! Resources! Levels! If we do one more battle, we can actually level up here. We'll try that really quick. We're also going to heal this guy. Spaghetti monster, heal this poor man! Of course, the game just has those little pop culture references, which, you know, I love in games like these. Let's go ahead and... What the hell? We got all those chemical resources. Might as well use them. Super mega effective. Alright, that's cool. I didn't expect that. Apparently wolves don't like fire. Well, I can imagine a lot of things don't like fire. Just... There we go, he leveled up. So now we got the option to choose basically what to drop 2 points into. Again, everything's going to be naturally going up on its own. So my luck is going up to 10. My might is going up from 14 to 16. My skill is going up to 10. You get the basic idea, but I can add an extra 2 points to things that I choose. Now, I can't choose the same thing twice. So if I chose last level reflexes to level again, I have to choose something else. So in this case, it would be either health or constitution. The stats colors don't matter as much to the classes anymore. I do know that each class has their own set of stats as well, though, I think. I'm pretty sure anyways. So we're going to go ahead and, this is, what, the cleric. So we're going to go ahead and grab some charisma. We're going to accept. And that's kind of how leveling works. Now, if we were to go back to, let's say, crystal. Still on fire, man. What an unlucky village. What the hell? Why is it on fire again? Alright. Anyways, we'll have to find that out. But if I were to switch stat, like go to switch classes, let's say, for instance, Francis here, who has a 12 in agility and 10 in reflexes. We'll go to switch to the chef here. You can see his stats are going to kind of switch around a little bit and change things up to be more corresponding to that particular class's abilities and what it's more suited towards. So if you got, like, for instance, Mike can turn into a knight eventually. He can turn into his stats will switch up based on that class that he's switching into, guys. But I think that gives you kind of a brief idea, guys. I know there's a lot of information thrown at you. I apologize for that, guys, but that's because there's a lot of significant changes from this game to the last, guys, for sure. Lots of things to do, lots of things to kind of, check out as for sure, guys. But it's a great game. It's a fun game. I think you will enjoy it. I suggest you to get it now because the price will be going up as development continues, as they continue adding more features, guys, and things like that. So, like I said, I highly recommend that you go ahead and get the game now, guys. before the price goes up, guys. But yeah, you have the resource system. I just want to, touch upon all the features. You have the resource system, multiple classes, stats leveling, class leveling, costumes, spells, the online cross-platform, PvP/co-op, guys. All that good kind of stuff, guys. And like I said, it's a very well-made game. I haven't ran into really many bugs, guys. And it's a lot of fun to play. So with that, guys, I just want to say big thanks to the developer for a chance to check out this title. Thank you for watching. Remember to subscribe and share, guys. I'll keep bringing you awesome indie games, guys. If you really enjoyed this video, maybe consider hitting up that tip jar. If you're feeling generous of heart, all tips go to improving the channel or future giveaways. Till next time, guys, play more indie games.